Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think you'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Hey family, how's everybody doing? First of all, let me give a shout out to Sanja Watts being first in the building. You get a ticket 7929460. Then we got Tina Pausch. You get a ticket 7929459. And then we got Margie Mack. She's third in the building. Your number 7929458. You guys, I was sitting there listening to the trial. I knew it was getting kind of late. I got your tickets right here, and I'm throwing them in there, you guys. Thank you guys for showing on up, coming on in the building. We're looking at the trial for today. They had nothing going on, but a lot of the people who do the forensics, evidence, DNA, and things of that nature. Now, I'm going to share with you what they said on here because they didn't say too much about yesterday. I know that I had missed some. I know the defendant's mother-in-law was on there. So, the defendant's mother-in-law would be Kayla's mother because that's his mother-in-law. And she met 5-year-old Harmony Montgomery in 2019. So Adam Montgomery murder trial resumed this morning in New Hampshire with more testimony for forensics experts who took the stand, on Tuesday afternoon. So Katie, who works as a New Hampshire State Police forensics laboratory, testified Tuesday about the DNA test. You guys know she ran on the pink Troll toothbrush, and that was found in the trunk of Adam's car, the Sebring, the Chrysler Sebring. which matched both Adam Montgomery and Crystal's source, Harmony's mother. So they knew that was, since it matched the father and it matched the child, the mother and the father, they're saying, because that's what makes a baby, is half the mama and half the baby now. Then that was Harmony's toothbrush, and it was in the trunk of the car. Everything lined up perfectly as it could have been from a child made by those two people. So they letting them know that the child was, I guess, at least they know that was in that car. She also said that the gender of the child was a female. And that's the only child that they had together. That's Crystal and Adam. Okay, she continued her testimony about the DNA. And on this morning, Wednesday morning, was the cross-examination of the defense. They also taken a stand on Wednesday morning with the former Manchester Police Department, Scott, who worked as a juvenile detention detective for nearly 8 years, and he was directly involved in the investigation and the disappearance of Harmony Montgomery. Now, Riley spoke about the search that was conducted at the families in the transitional shelter. And he said Adam and Kayla had stayed alone with their two boys. They didn't see no Harmony. They were there at that transitional shelter with the two boys for about 2 months, shortly after prosecutors said Harmony was already taken care of and killed. Okay. So on February 21st, 2020, a work order for the unit was at the Montgomery were staying, which included a note saying weird smell coming from vents in the unit. Come check it out. The work order was from the day after Adam and Kayla Montgomery and the two boys moved out of the unit. That's when they started smelling that disorder of decomposition. So Riley said the investigators went to the shelter because they had developed information that Harmony's body might have been placed in the vent in the ceiling. So there was an odor, he said. I could smell something. I couldn't tell what it was, but there was an odor in the room. He said he removed the vent by pushing it up into the ceiling and moved it to the side. As soon as I removed the cover, I could smell what I knew was decomposition. I could smell a dead body, what I believed to be a dead body at the time. It's a smell that you just won't forget. I'm going to tell you guys something, and it's really weird because I know what that smell smells like, and if you've ever smelled it before, you'll never forget. I was working at this one home. I hadn't been there that long, maybe 1 or 2 days, and I walked out their house, and I smelled that smell, and I was like, "There's a dead body somewhere around." And I was working on the north side of town, and I said to myself, I said, I could smell a dead body. I know what it smells like. And I felt like, man, I need to call the police, but what am I going to tell them? I smell death, I didn't know what to tell them. But I smelt it when I left that, and I regret not calling the police now, because who'd have known? I don't know. I don't keep up with the news, but I guarantee you, once you smell it one time, you never want to smell it again. I'm serious. You don't. You don't. It smells bad. Hey, Freddie, how you doing? So he said he removed the vent by pushing it up into the ceiling and moving it to the side. And as soon as he removed the cover, he could smell what he knew was decomposition. I could smell a dead body, what I believed to be a dead body at the time. It's a smell that you just won't forget. Riley said he could see a stain close to the edge of the vent, and the dust on the sheetrock had been altered, as if something had been in that area. Defense attorney also asked Riley about an interview he conducted with Kayla Montgomery around that time. Riley said at one point she was given some time to write down her thoughts. The interview ended when police returned because Kayla said she wanted to speak with an attorney. He was also instructed to pick up a note Kayla had written from the courthouse of corrections at a later date. The note had been seized from her cell and also referred warning referred wanting to see her an attorney. So the Manchester police also testified today about his involvement in the Harmony Montgomery investigation. He spoke of the tests that was conducted on the Audi once owned by Anthony Bodero, that he had allowed the Montgomery to live in his car for 2 nights. You guys remember around that time, prosecutors believe Harmony died. He also testified about tests conducted on a section of the ceiling from the family in the transition shelter that Riley had discussed earlier in the day. Leamy again pointed out the dark stain in the drywall ceiling, which appeared to have come from some sort of fluid. The staining was swabbed and tested revealed that it was a likely positive for blood. Okay, they found out it was blood. Several pieces of the sheetrock was ultimately sent to DNA lab in Florida for further testing. Sections of the shelter ceiling were shown to the jury in the court Wednesday. Lammy also testified about several items police found in the Audi, including 2 bath towels and a cash register receipt. After the lunch break, the first witness to take the stand was Rachel. Okay, Rachel was there. Rachel was the supervisor of all the evidence defense. Her role in the type of job that she did, I remember watching this, you guys, so I'm just going by what I remember. She was explaining she basically just got this job no more than a year or so, and she's over everybody. She's just not a worker. She's over everybody that works in the evidence, and there's only 4 people that can go in and go out and of the evidence room and all of that. So her role in the Harmony Montgomery case was working as an evidence specialist, assisting the detective divisions at the large-scale scenes and ensure the integrity of the packages of the items. She said she began working on the case January of 2022, working on the intake and the storage of the items coming in, including interviews, discs, and paperwork. She said about 900 pieces of evidence in all have been taken in. So Rachel also testified about the ceiling tiles from the shelter, including the dark red crusted stain and the pungent, rotten smell that she associated with decomposition based on her experience at death scenes. Okay. Jurors also heard briefly from Yard, and I don't know who that was. It was some Spanish guy didn't speak a speck of English, and we found out his name. Did he know them? He said no. They was like, okay, you can go. That's how that went. But anyway, this is what it's saying from Yard, the drywall contractor who installed the drywall at the shelter, and from Kevin Mahone and Martina Orakozy of the New Hampshire State Police Forensics Lab. During the testimony Tuesday, jurors heard from Montgomery's mother-in-law, Christina, who recalled the first time she first met Harmony. The little girl was just 5 years old at the time. It was around the week after Thanksgiving. A week after Thanksgiving. This is a little bit before she passed away. So a week after Thanksgiving, Christina testified that her daughter Kayla, her husband Adam, and Adam's daughter Harmony visit her Manchester home. She didn't talk much, and they were there very briefly. Prosecutors say Adam punched Harmony to death inside the family's car the following week before stuffing her body inside a duffel bag and then hiding it. Christina said when the couple returned to stay with her in December, Harmony wasn't with them. So it's pretty much adding up, you guys, to kind of what Kayla is saying. Doesn't mean just because the pieces is adding up that Kayla, okay, yeah, she was put up in the attic by Adam. Now, we don't know who put her up in the attic, to be honest with you, because Kayla knows so much, and for some reason, I have a problem with Kayla. I don't know why, but I do have a problem with her, because what mother You want to sit there on the when you're in court, you want to sit there and cry, 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 cry. But you put this baby in the stroller knowing that the baby is deceased. You didn't call nobody, you didn't tell nobody. You talking about you were scared, but you love this man. But you should have been scared for your own kids, because if he can kill his kid, why would he not kill your kid? You ain't gonna do nothing but sit down and shut up, and you talking about the evil eye and all of that. For some reason, Kayla is more involved than what she say. Because here's the bottom line, you guys. I just don't believe the reason why they made some points. Number one, if you go back and look at not this trial, but I guess it was probably when they were picking the jurors or whatever, or something else. Adam was sitting right next to the state. Yes, Adam was sitting right next to the state. So we're only hearing one side of the story. I want you guys to know this. Adam's not there now. But the state is saying, look, Kayla, isn't it you did this? And Kayla's like, no, it was Adam. And it's weird because the state could easily say, Adam this, Adam that. Because guess who? The state is against whoever killed the baby. But the state is not saying Adam did this. They're not. I'm telling you guys, if you really listen, the state is saying, Kayla, you did this. And Adam's just not even showing up for court. Okay, are you guys paying attention to that? So they're asking Kayla all these questions. Yeah, she's a star witness because she got some stuff taken off of her. Little bitty lies. Which, yeah, she can still do time for those little bitty lies. But she don't care about, she don't want to do no time. She don't want to do no time. But isn't it kind of weird how they got married on Harmony's birthday? That tells me that woman is a jealous woman. And then the reason why the first time Harmony was supposed to get slapped around the house or whatever is because she says Adam told her, he told Harmony she's in charge. Adam went to the bathroom, he come out because the baby was crying. Adam come out and Harmony had her hand over the baby's mouth. So he slapped her all around. So I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm just saying, isn't it very convenient that if that was true, or Adam slapped Harmony around, he wanted Kayla to be on his side. So he said, well, I was only protecting your baby because Harmony was trying to do something to him. Well, if that was true, you guys, and I'm just saying, if Harmony did put her hand over the baby's mouth, she wasn't trying to kill the baby. She probably trying to save the baby from getting slapped around. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys is understanding what I'm saying. Like, the Harmony too little to sit there and say, oh, I'm going to kill her baby. No, I don't see that. I think if Harmony did put her hand over the baby's mouth, she just didn't want the baby to get hit like her. Because she knew her daddy was abusive. If that even did happen. For some reason, I really don't believe it. It could have. It's a possibility, so I'll leave it alone. But I'm just saying, I don't believe the way that Adam had, the way they tell the story is Harmony had her hand over the baby's mouth. What was his name? Seamus or something. And like Harmony was trying to harm the baby. I think maybe the reason why the boy ain't dead, the baby ain't dead, because babies holler and cry all the time. But why are you beating Harmony? Because the baby crying? Do you want to beat Harmony? So, maybe Harmony's like, well, I'm going to get in trouble. I doubt that. She's 5 years old. How are you going to make her over the other kids? She's a kid herself. And I believe, she was very slow developed. She wasn't even in school, you guys. So she wasn't like, very, very smart and intelligent for a 5-year-old. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure, being homeless and that's on the parents. That's on Kayla and Adam. Them being homeless, they wasn't sending the child to school with bruises on her. They just wasn't. She wasn't even enrolled in school. So she done missed a whole year of kindergarten once she got with Adam. Anyway, let me finish sharing with you guys this. So also in court Tuesday, prosecutors unwrapped a red cooler. They did that today too. That was found in Lubin's home. That's Christina's home, Kayla's mother. Kayla Montgomery had previously testified that her husband stored Harmony's body in a red cooler while they were staying with Christine. The Manchester police detectives with the department at the time of Harmony's death gave testimony, as did Joseph, the manager with Catholic Medical Center, who was with the police department until 2022. The law enforcement officer said a pink troll toothbrush found in the trunk of Adam's Sebring matched. Okay, Anthony Bodeo. I didn't never see Anthony Bodeo. I wanted to see him, but I didn't. I'm sorry I missed it. Let me read what it says. Anthony Bodeo, who testified on immunity, because he's the dope man. They keep saying Anthony Bodero. Anthony Bodero. Anthony Bodeo was the dope man. He told jurors he sold drugs to Adam and Kayla Montgomery in the past and let the couple stay in his Audi for a few days, Thanksgiving weekend, but there was no sign of Harmony. The defense questioned his credibility. I gotta drink some water. Man, this thing always be saying 12. I can't drink 12 ounces. Oh my God. Matthew, a former co-worker of Adam and his estranged wife Kayla Montgomery at the Duncans on Beach Street in Manchester, also testified with prosecutors showing text messages between him and the couple from December 8, 2019, the day after authorities believe Harmony was killed. So they think Harmony was killed December the 7th. Adam has not been attending his trial. He was convicted last year in an unrelated case involving gun theft and was sentenced to over 30 years in prison. That's just for guns. This is what I'm saying. You guys, he stole guns and they gave him 30 years. Now he's for a murder charge. He ain't even gonna show up. Okay? He don't even show up. That's what they say. Let me see what they say here. So Mr. Montgomery's trial is underway more than 4 years after Harmony was last seen alive in 2019. Authorities failed to search for the missing child, who was known to protective services for more than 2 years. In 2022, Mr. Montgomery was charged. Let me see here. Kayla Montgomery told police that her husband struck the little girl several times after she had a bathroom accident. The little girl's remains was first hidden in the ceiling vent at the shelter where the family stayed after her death. Montgomery snuck the remains into his workplace freezer. Snuck. They be using words that it's just weird. Snuck. Well, they didn't tell you Kayla brought those remains to his job. Kayla really need to get some time. I kid you not. She needs to get some time. Because just because now that you're telling the truth doesn't mean you get to walk out. On Wednesday, jurors were shown a cut out blood-stained piece of ceiling drywall. As soon as I removed the cover, I could smell what I knew was decomposition. Okay. So the FBI removed a fridge wrapped in biohazard tape from the apartment of the missing girl's father. Harmony Montgomery was missing for 2 years before anyone noticed. Now her father is on trial. Arrest warrant is issued after the stepmother of Harmony Montgomery missing court date. Adam Montgomery agrees to plead guilty to some charges. Adam Montgomery repeatedly beat and terrorized his wife to keep her quiet, prosecutors say. Montgomery's fingerprints found next to the stain of Harmony's blood. Harmony Montgomery was missing 2 years before anyone noticed. Why was Harmony not reported missing for 2 years? Adam Montgomery is shown red cooler where Harmony's body was stored. Martin gave testimony about the prints found on the red cooler where Harmony's body was initially stored. So Ortaza also took samples from the bloodstained ceiling drywall that was cut out from the shelter where Adam and Kayla and their 2 sons stayed after Harmony. Manchester police evidence technician Rachel told jurors that she processed the cutout blood-stained ceiling tile. So court took lunch. Proceedings will resume in an hour. They're done for the day. They'll be back tomorrow. The trial sees bloodstain on the ceiling drywall. So I guess what they were trying to share with them is this baby's not going to show up. Because why in the world would you have bloodstains on the ceiling? And that's where Kayla said he put the body, or, she put the body and said he put the body. She tampered with the corpse, and I feel the same way you do, SP. She should get some time also. She really should. She really should. Golly, they want me to drink so much water. God. All right. Let me drink some more water. God. Whew. Hey, Phyllis. How you doing, Mrs. D. Hart? So the Manchester Police Department, Ray, showed the bloodstains ceiling drywall. So Detective Riley said he volunteered a DNA sample. I'm going to have to get that later. It was so hot in the shelter room as he cut out the ceiling that sweat was running down his face. The court is shown stained portion of the ceiling where Harmony's body was placed. Wow. Detectives cut out a portion of the ceiling that was later transported to the laboratory. Detectives say he could smell the dead body. I could tell there was an odor in the room, and said I didn't know what it was. Detective Riley said the odor became stronger when he removed the vents cover. As soon as I removed that cover, I could smell what I knew was decomposition. I could smell what I believed to be a dead body. Detectives testified about evidence found in the shelter room. Has identified pictures of the shelter where Kayla and Adam Montgomery stayed with their 2 infant sons after Harmony was killed. We heard earlier in the trial that Harmony's remains were stored inside a ceiling vent in the room at the shelter. The prosecution said that Harmony's DNA was found in bloodstains in the vent, as well as Montgomery's fingerprint. So they can tell you that happy Valentine's Day to you too. Adam is probably the one that put Harmony's body up there. Montgomery's father posted loving social media posts 2 years before allegedly punching her to death. Okay, I want to see this. In 2017, Adam posted a picture of himself and Harmony in which the little girl looked happy as she jumped on the trampoline. Oh, yeah, she was happy. And he looked different then. She had glasses on when she was probably about 1 or 2 years old. She looked like she was already malnutrition there. The post is a stark contrast of the way prosecutors portrayed Harmony's relationship with her. And Kayla, all this crying Kayla doing, Kayla done gained a whole bunch of weight. She done gained at least 100 pounds, you guys. Kayla and Adam did not release that Harmony had died until several hours after he allegedly hit her in the head. According to Kayla's testimony, they kept the little girl under a blanket in order to hide her bruised and beaten body. The family stopped at a Burger King with Kayla, reportedly even placing a sandwich on the dead girl's lap before heading to buy drugs. After Montgomery released his daughter was dead, he placed the body inside a duffel bag that he buried in the snow for a few days. The remains were later crushed to fit inside a diaper bag and further manipulated with lime and different paratubes, according to the prosecutors, before Montgomery disposed of what was left at an unknown location in March 2021. Harmony's remains have never been found. Oh, he put her in the trash somewhere else in another state. So right here it says Adam Montgomery pins blame for Harmony murder on ex-wife. I knew that the state was going with his story. So father has said he intends to plead guilty to 2 lesser charges of abuse of a corpse and falsify information, but denies killing his daughter. So Adam Montgomery defense has pinned the blame on his estranged wife Kayla for the death of his 5-year-old daughter. Montgomery, 34, is facing trial in Manchester, murder of his daughter. In a surprise move shortly after jurors selected concluded on Tuesday, Montgomery said he intended to plead guilty to 2 less charges of abuse of a corpse and falsifying information in connection with the Harmony killing. On Thursday, Montgomery's lawyer gave a dramatic preview of the line of defense they will be pursuing during trial. During opening statements, Attorney James claimed that it was Kayla, his client's estranged wife, and Harmony's stepmother, who last saw the little girl alive. Mr. Brooks went on to say that Kayla Montgomery had created a web of lies to up the blame on her husband, and that Adam Montgomery had merely agreed to destroy evidence to protect his wife and keep custody of their younger children. He's not innocent here. He and Kayla moved the body to keep it hidden. You should find him guilty of those charges, Mr. Brooks told jurors. Adam Montgomery did not kill Harmony. Kayla Montgomery was the last person to see Harmony alive and knows how Harmony died. He said Harmony, Adam, and Kayla, and the couple's 2 infants had been living in the car after being evicted from their home in December 2019. The family was living in the car and Montgomery was doing odd jobs in order to earn quick money, Mr. Brooks claimed. It was during one of those instances in which Kayla Montgomery was left alone with the children in the car that Harmony died. Mr. Brooks alleged the prosecutors had previously suggested during their opening statement that Harmony died after her father repeatedly hit her in the head because she had soiled herself. The state argued that Kayla Montgomery didn't come forward with information sooner because she was being abused and terrorized by her husband. Harmony did not die in that intersection you saw yesterday, Mr. Brooks told the court. Both Adam Montgomery and Kayla found Harmony's body in the middle of the night after he returned from work at Colino Village Apartments. The defense said Kayla Montgomery did not tell Adam how Harmony died, but that he went on with a plan to destroy Harmony's remains in order to protect his family. The couple then put off the decision to dispose of the body because they didn't know what to do. He had to protect Kayla. He had to protect their children, Mr. Brooks said. If anyone found out, her children would be taken. Defense then introduced a prison letter alleged written by Kayla after she was arrested on theft charges for collecting welfare benefits for the missing child between December 2019 and 2021. In the letter, she allegedly wrote the things she wanted to exchange for betraying Adam. Among the things she requested were immunity from everything, all charges she was facing. Maybe ankle braceling or probation or drug rehab, kids in my life, not lose custody, and have kids live with me. She also wrote of her longing to be alone with him one more time. Mr. Brooks said, to kiss, to make love. She did not write of any fear, not to finally be safe from Adam. I told you guys. Now, who do you guys believe did it? Please, if you think it's Kayla, put a K in the chat. If you think it was Adam, put an A in the chat. Okay? I want to know who you guys think took out Harmony. I believe that because she has no remorse. She doesn't have no remorse. And he just quit talking, but Soldier Girl says Adam. Okay. Soldier Girl says Adam. Lisa says Bo. Woke the Guy says Kayla. Yeah, and you know, this is going to be hard for the jurors to come out and say, okay, it was Adam, because Adam's not there saying anything. But he had said earlier that he was going to show y'all that he was at work, and when he came back from work, the baby didn't die at no thing. The baby was already deceased because he admitted to hitting her with a bat at one time. I don't know. I didn't hear about no bat. Soldier Girl, you're going to have to send me that. But anywho's, if you guys want to call in, I got my phone charged. I wasn't paying attention to it. So, you guys probably done called. Oh, no. There's people called before the live. Kayla Montgomery reveals what family did after Harmony was killed. Let me see here. Kayla told the court in Manchester that Adam Montgomery always kept his daughter covered with a blanket to hide her bruises body. See, I just think Kayla getting married on that baby's birthday, that told me something. It just told me something. And then the reason why he beat Harmony, he went to the bathroom, kept Harmony. She was in charge. The baby was crying. So when he come out the bathroom, Adam tell you he seen Harmony have her hand over the baby's mouth and the baby's lips was blue. That makes me think the baby's lips was blue. I just don't believe Kayla. I believe Kayla want to say what she's saying, because if they find out that she killed the baby, she'll say because Harmony was abusing her children and she didn't care for Harmony. For a woman to go get married on a child's birthday, that's just, you know what I'm saying? She was like, no, she was so defensive when they was like, why did you get married on Harmony's birthday? She was like, because it happened. I was contracting and it wasn't supposed to be that. And he just called the peace. We were just trying to be married before the baby, and then I had the baby. Thank you. Soldier Girl know what I'm saying. Soldier Girl know what I'm saying. That was a slap in the face in itself, her marriage. You know? And I'm going to tell you something. Kayla knows, but Adam did it. Okay. No matter who did, who didn't, they both should be held. Yeah, they both should be held responsible. But right now, it's only looking like Adam is going to get it when both of them need to get it. Because here, at the end of the day, you guys, let me tell you guys something. Kayla's finna go home. I think in March and May she be up for probation, parole or whatever. Parole, I'm sorry. And she's getting ready to go home. And that's what she's crying about. And you know, she can say whatever she want to say. Because Adam's not there to say, I didn't say this or I did say that, you know. Adam's not there. So she can say whatever she want to say. She really can. I'm just telling you guys. If anybody want to call in, and you know, we've got 20 minutes, so I'll take about 3 or 4 phone calls. You want to call in, receive a ticket for calling in, asking a question, or just instead of writing out what you want to write out, you can call me at this number right here. Hey, this is SP. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, Freddie. I'm going to give you a ticket here.
I believe my woman should have been held responsible. Whether he did or she did, I would have had to turn it in. I would have. I could have been going around with a baby that decomposed and like that. I think both of them should serve some kind of time.
They both do need to serve time. Regardless who took the baby out, somebody should have called it in. Somebody should have asked for help or something, you know?
Exactly.
Instead of going to go eat Burger King.
I mean, you know, that's loving too hard. I mean, they love drugs more than they did each other. That maybe they had to be drugged out on something.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they got to have good sense before they even got on drugs.
Right. You're right.
And all of that just, you know, rolled up and made a big cake out of the whole situation.
Right. Right.
That's I was calling it.
Alrighty, your number is 7929461. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yep, I believe exactly what Miss Freddie said. Both of them. Both of them. Because at the end of the day, here's the thing, okay? I know, you know, sometimes people learn from their mistakes. I'm not a hard person. Hold on. I'm live right now. Can I call you back?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I just got up.
All right, I'll call you.
All right, bye, Dre.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah. So that's what's up, you guys. That is what's up. Anybody else? Last call. No alcohol. Exactly what I said. Lock them up. Yeah. You know, I'm a lenient person. I think I'm a lenient person. Like, you know, like, hey, you know. But, I mean, and I know sometimes you just cannot tell the truth. You cannot, because people don't understand the truth. But I just believe Kayla and both of them was hurting that baby. And both of them needs to have, hey, this is SP. I'm doing good. How you doing? What's going on? What's on your mind?
I definitely think that the stepmother needs to go to jail. Is Adam not testifying against her?
He not saying nothing. Now, the first, he said he was going to come in there and tell the truth and tell him he wasn't even at the car. He was working at the Colonial Apartments, and when he came back, the baby was already gone and underneath the blanket. And if you remember, the baby, I don't know.
I thought she testified that it happened in the middle of the night.
No, she testified that they were at the methadone clinic, and that's when it happened. As they was leaving the methadone clinic, he started hitting her, and then when they went to some intersections, when they got to the intersections and had to stop, he would come across the seat and hit her some more. And she put her hand up and told him to stop, and then he gave her the evil eye. So then she was like, "Can we go to Burger King?" And then they went to Burger King. And then when they got to Burger King, she bought 3 croissants, one for Adam, one for her, and then one for Harmony. She said, so the prosecutor said, "Well, what did you do with Harmony?" She said she just laid it down on the blanket. And they was like, "You never did look back?" "Nope." "Well, you had to feed the kids? Didn't you look back then?" She said, "No, I just took a piece of the croissant and then I fed it to him." She said, "How did you feed it to him?" "And they in the back seat." She said, "You didn't look back there when you give the other kids some food?" And because they want 1 and 2, they just can't eat a big croissant all by themselves. She said, I broke off a piece and I just gave it to him." So she said, she says, "Okay, well, how did you know you got the food in their mouth?" She said, "I felt for their mouth. I never did look back."
Well, I seen more of her testimony today where she said something about that Harmony had an accident on herself, and it was the middle of the night, and so the lady asked her, "Well, did she have a urinary accident, or did she have a bowel movement?" "I don't know. I can't remember." That's what she said. And the lady said, "Well, you should know which one, because wasn't somebody gonna change her if she needed to be changed?"
Right.
And she said no.
Right.
Like she wasn't gonna change the baby at 2:00 in the morning.
Right.
Like that right there, it shows me that you didn't have no feelings for that baby.
Exactly.
She was in your way.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I think if Harmony was peeing and pooping on herself, because when they got Harmony was potty trained.
Right.
And all of a sudden, with all these changes, you don't have a place to live. You don't have a place to sleep. You ain't got a bed. Harmony's in shock. She's traumatized.
Right.
Where am I gonna go to the bathroom? Y'all gonna make me go outside the car in front of everybody or in the bush? So I'm not gonna say nothing,
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, SP.
Yeah,
But I think we both deserve to be charged.
yeah, they do.
I really think that Kayla is, she played a big part, if not all of it.
Exactly. I'm with you on that. If y'all want to play the game of it's you or y'all pointing fingers at each other, just give them both the time. We can't figure out which one of you guys did it, but you both was in an agreement with hiding the baby.
Yeah, I agree. What is Kayla doing time for right now?
Just lying. She ain't even doing time for the charges of stealing the money. She's doing time for lying to the juror when they were doing the when she said that she worked at Dunkin' Donuts. She's doing the 3 to 7.
That's all she's doing it for, is perjury.
Mm-hmm. And she's coming up for probation for parole for that.
Yeah, I feel like she needs to be charged because told you the other one should have called for help
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
I'm sure you had phone contact with somebody
Exactly.
after that happened.
Exactly. She said she didn't call because she was scared. But in her letter, they were saying she didn't say nothing about how was you scared? The baby's dead. Who he gonna beat on now? You got your 2 kids and him. Y'all don't got Harmony to beat on no more. Wouldn't you be scared?
That scary thing just doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it don't me either. Now they did show some pictures of her having black eye and all this other stuff. But I mean, you could easily left Adam at any time,
Exactly.
you know?
Especially if he was working and y'all was still just having to sit in the car,
Exactly.
you could have easily left.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, I feel like she should definitely get charged.
Exactly. Okay.
I don't know if it's too late for them to do that or not, but
It's not. I seen the prosecutors was going after her while she was on the stand, showing all the holes that's in her story that didn't make sense. How she was feeding the baby from the back seat, but would never look. But then when Adam allegedly was supposed to have told her to bring Harmony to the job, she put her in she got a double stroller and put Harmony in the back of the stroller and took Harmony dead body to his job, which is 15-minute walk with her other 2 kids in the same stroller so he can put Harmony in the freezer.
oh, that mercy. Yeah, she deserves every bit of time that she can get. And she definitely don't deserve her kids back.
No, she don't.
I'm gonna get off and let somebody else call us. Thank
Oh.
you very much.
You're welcome. All right, Tina, I'm waiting on your phone call. If you need me to read a report, you have to text it to me, not in the chat. I'm waiting, Miss Tina Powers. I'm waiting. Hurry up. Oh, woke to God. Your number is 7929462. All right, you guys, I'm going to get on off of here. I've been waiting. And if you guys call when somebody else is called, that's why I can't answer your phone call, because we can't have 6, 7, 3, 4, 2 people on here talking at the same time. I want to hear what you guys got to say. But I am still trying to wait on Miss Tina. Let me see. She didn't call. Let's call her real quick. Hello? Hey, why you didn't call? I done said it 3 times. Why you didn't call back?
Number one, I was waiting for my bus, and number two, my bus is here, and number three, oh Lord God. And number three, trying to get in the car. All right, so now we're in the car.
Okay. So what was you thinking?
I believe it was both of them, but I believe that both of them should go down.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's exactly what woke the guy was saying. She was saying the same thing. I'm getting your numbers in here right here. TINAP.
No,
Go.
right on.
7929463. Yeah, I believe it's both of them also.
Yeah, you know your boy went to court yesterday.
Who?
Your boy Corey.
Corey went to court. Yeah, what happened?
Okay, so Doodoo Brown told them that they couldn't use his doctors or those doctors that they had.
Right.
So anyway, so the judge, so Doodoo Brown, he was like, well, I want to use those doctors, and they know Corey, and the judge followed back at him, and he said no, no. So I don't know what's going to go. I don't know what's going to. If they going to use different doctors.
Well, they gotta use independent doctors. They just can't use a doctor because I can pay a doctor, somebody with a doctor's degree, to come and say something, and say, oh, she's just having, inflammation of the foot or whatever. Every doctor is going to be different, but you just can't just pick your doctor because you pay them well. That is a conflict of interest. You can't pick the court picked the doctor.
That's right. That's right.
And Doodoo Brown knows that.
Yep. So they're ready to go for March 4th.
Yeah, we're ready to go too. March the 4th come. I'm ready to go.
Yes. Hey, what's going on with Kansas? They had a pow today. What's going on?
Girl, we always have a pow pow. What do you mean?
No, I'm talking about, okay, so Kansas City had their parade, right?
Yes. They're having the parade right now.
Okay, look, a massive pow. I'm trying to be respectful. A massive pow went in there and shot up in the parade, girl. I sent it to you.
Yeah, probably so. Cause hey, I tell people all the time, Kansas City, when you're down off in the city part, boy, it's hectic down there.
No, I'm talking about, I'm talking about I think it was two people that went in there and pow the parade. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, I heard you, and I just said, Kansas City, when you're off in the city, it gets very hectic there.
Okay, darling. Okay.
What is it that I'm not understanding?
I think 10 people got injured.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah. And did y'all hear about those things church Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to keep the family updated. But anyway, yeah, I think both of them should have stayed behind bars. And Kayla must have been jealous of Harmony.
Yeah, I think she was.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think she was.
Yes. Kayla knows. Kayla knows what happened to Harmony. I ain't dumb. I ain't stupid. Kayla knows. Kayla's just got her emotions which way but loose right now. But she ain't coming home fast enough.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It says one person has died after a shooting at the end of the celebration in Kansas City, Missouri. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it is. At least 14 people were injured. Okay.
Uh-huh. That's
Okay.
what I'm talking about.
Police says 2 armed people were taken in custody. Now the parade started with the chief players crowded on double-decker buses, waving to the fans. Yeah. The mayor says he is heartbroken as anybody about shooting. Yeah, he says he's heartbroken as well as incredible upset, disappointed about the thing. I don't want us to have to in our country for every big event. Yeah. President Joe Biden has been briefed on a shooting at the end of the celebration. Yeah. The White House also said that they have been in touch with both states and local leaders. The fire department says one person has died, at least 14 people were injured. Okay. Yeah. They probably was mad because the Kansas City Chiefs won. You know, people come in there.
Man, he playing.
No, they mad. They mad.
They just doing it to party. Don't be mad because Kansas City won.
The
Kansas City won it. Fair and square. I mean, what does everybody want to do?
So it happened on the west side of the Union Station. When officers got there, they took 2 people in custody and immediately started helping people who were hurt. Officials don't know exactly how many people were wounded, but it could be upward from 10 to 15.
Right on.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I told you, I try to tell people that. A lot of people be like, Kansas City, we don't know nothing about. Girl, it is wild up there. It's wild up there. That's what I was saying. And when you was like, oh, okay. No, honey, it's like, some of the roughest parts of the states, New York, Chicago, Detroit. Kansas City is rough. That's why, like, I don't mind going up there. I mean, it's like 2 hours from where I am. But I don't mind going up there. But I would not want to live there. I've lived there before. The first time I got called an N-word, it was there.
Oh, Lord, no.
Yeah, it was crazy. Alrighty. I gotta get off.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right. Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm on live.
Oh, welcome to the Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you too, Papa.
Okay. Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, you guys. It's like almost time for me to go to work. Let's see here. I got what you sent, Soldier Girl. Adam Montgomery, who was arrested on Monday in connection with the murder of his daughter Harmony, asked for a cigarette and remained defiant during a January 4 questioning for allegedly assaulting his daughter in 2019 while they lived in their Manchester, New Hampshire home. Then it says, after Montgomery asked why he was being charged with second-degree assault, the detective said, well, your daughter has some injuries that you know about when you lived in Guilford Street. According to the court documents reviewed by the U.S. Sun, the following exchange ensued. Montgomery, no, I do not. What are you referring to, detectives? Well, you were there. I wasn't, right? Montgomery, what are you referring to, detective? I'm referring to her, Harmony, having some good marks. Adam, what are you referring to? The detective, marks that was left on her by you. Montgomery, absolutely not. I have nothing else to say. I have nothing else to you. After his last statement, the defendant, Adam, sat hunched forward with his arms crossed, avoiding eye contact, court documents said. After about 15 seconds of silence, he accused police of being out of line and told detectives, I have nothing to explain. The interview continued for about 12 more minutes before Montgomery had enough, according to his court records. You know what, man? Like, I don't even want to talk anymore. Like, this is just beating around the bush. It just seems a little too silly to me, Montgomery is quoted as saying in court document. After a short pause, the defendant asked for a cigarette and then mentioned again how he felt the conversation was pointless. The document says Montgomery was charged with Harmony's murder. State prosecutors and Manchester's police announced on Monday he allegedly punched the girl in the head with a closed fist, contributing to her death, authorities said during a press conference. The 32-year-old is charged with second-degree murder, falsifying physical evidence, abuse of a corpse, and witness tampering, among other charges. State Attorney General John announced on Monday that Adam allegedly purposely altered, destroying, concealed, or removed the body of Harmony sometimes between December 2019 and March of 2020. Well, Kayla did all of that too. She falsified, she concealed, she altered. He is expecting to be arraigned on the new charges on Tuesday. Allegations of abuse. At the time of the January the 4th interrogation, with Montgomery defense team tried to suppress, he was facing a charge of interference with custody and 2 court counts of endangering the welfare of a child. Adam's brother Michael told police the 31-year-old was physically abusive to Harmony and gave her a black eye. A detective then spoke to Adam's uncle Kevin and asked him about Harmony's eye injury. According to court documents, Kevin said that Adam told him in July 2019 that Adam, bashed her, Harmony, around the house. Adam was allegedly angry at Harmony, who was 5 years old at the time, because she was supposed to be watching her infant brother, but he started crying, which enraged the father. The uncle also said Adam spanked his daughter, forced her to stand in the corner for hours, and ordered her to scrub a toilet with her toothbrush. Harmony was last seen alive in October 2019. However, police were not aware of her disappearance until after Christmas in 2021. According to records by the Massachusetts Department of Children and Family, Harmony bounced between her mother's care and DCF for much of her young life. The young girl was placed in her father's custody in 2019 when she was roughly 5 years old. Harmony was living in squatter-like conditions at a messy home where neighbors reported multiple fights and possible child abuse, according to police reports obtained by the U.S. Sun through open records requests. Officers responded to the home at least 16 times between January 2019 and January 2020. God, 1 year. 1 whole year, the police done went to that house 16 times, according to the police report. There was verbal bouts between Adam and Kayla, fights between Adam and Harmony's uncle, messy home condition and concerns of children, and animal abuse. The police report said neighbors concerned about young children living at the address said she thinks the parents are squatters there and have no electricity, just a small generator, and there is trash everywhere. She is concerned for the child, and after that, we checked the conditions. That report was about August the 5th, 2019. Police and New Hampshire Department for Children's Youth and Family, which Harmony's biological mother ripped for not protecting her daughter, responded. Adam and Uncle fight, house is a mess. A few weeks later, September 11, 2019, Manchester police officers in patrol broke up a fight outside the Guilford Street home between Adam and Kevin. According to the report, Adam accused Kevin and his wife of bargaining their way in without his permission. Okay, according to the report, Adam accused Kevin and his wife of bargaining their way in without permission, and Kevin said they were trying to retrieve their belongings after moving to Florida. The officer went in with Kevin and his wife and noticed clutter in every room, consisting of clothing and empty food containers, the report said. Adam told me although the power had been off several months ago due to non-payment, he has a portable generator in the driveway which powers the refrigerator. I could see food in the cupboard in the refrigerator. I went upstairs when I contacted Adam's wife, Kayla, and the 3 children named. They said all 3 children appeared to be clean and fed. Their clothing was appropriate for the current conditions. Although this area was highly devalued, it did not appear unsafe. A January 2020 police report described a very bad odor coming from the home, which was why the door was open. That's January 2020. I don't know when. They don't know when that. Who dropped the ball, police or DFS? I don't know. They saying too much right there. All right, you guys, I'm going to get on off of here. Our hour is up. We got to get on. I will see you guys Friday. This is the middle of the week. We're still waiting on some other stuff. Thanks everybody for showing up, calling in, and letting it be known.